Hey guys, this is Stu. Just thought I would give you a further update on the British 155mm AS90 Howitzer build. That's a bit of a mouthful for a Sunday afternoon, I know, but hey, I know you've all been waiting, but there you go. This build is back on, guys. Admittedly, I've had problems with trying to get time on the workbench this month. But at long last, I managed to get some time this afternoon, although brief. As you can see, there's not much progress with the actual vehicle itself. If anything, she's just been collecting dust over the last 10 months, so I do apologise, but other things got in the way, and as you know, I took part in the Battle of Britain group build, and that actually was the main focus for the last 3 months. But now that's out of the way, I can focus on one of two builds I started last year. I think I started this one around about February or March last year, and obviously the other one I started around about July. As I say, I made my mind up. I was going to get those two builds completed. This one, and then obviously the Thomas Amsel Gruber Tiger build. This will take my main focus for the next few months, depending on work and time, etc., which will dictate how and when I get time on the workbench. So guys at ISM Pricks of Plastic, if I've not been on the Hangouts, all that lot, that's the reason why. Life has just got in the way, although I have been watching you guys, and I have to say, I thought that the 2-hour speed build last night was absolutely hilarious. Poor old Eric, oh dear. Certainly got a new term in weathering by chucking up, but there you go. But funny all the same. Anyway, Eric, I hope you're feeling a bit better today, bud, and that your hangover's certainly dissipated, but there you go. And Anne, you're welcome on your present, bud. I'm glad you liked it. It's just that I thought, when you mentioned it was your birthday, I saw the ideal kit for you, added a little extra in figures, and I thought he's going to appreciate that, and I thought that kit would go to a nice home, so there you go. But anyway, great fun all the same. So anyway, talking on with the build, as I said, I did order in a Black Dog storage set on the recommendation of Norm Lejour. So thank you, Norm, and I'm glad I got it in, because to be honest with you, this set is absolutely super. I've just literally finished giving it a wash in soapy water to get rid of the release agent, but the detail on these tarps is absolutely impressive. I mean, look at that, isn't that gorgeous? And even the ropes, the way they've caught the actual folds in the knots in the ropes, is superb. You've got backpacks there as well, etc. Gun cover. Admittedly, I'm not going to be using that to cover the muzzle. I'm going to keep the muzzle open as though they're actually about to fire the gun. But all told, I have to say this is one impressive set, and it's going to add so much to the kit. It really is. So thank you again, Norm. Anyway, once that's done, a little word of advice. If you're handling resin, and I know Paul Bratland has mentioned this in the last ISM news show, make sure you got a damp cloth on the workbench, and wear a mask and wear some vinyl gloves, because if you get it on your skin, it can cause problems, and if you get any of the dust down your lungs, it can cause problems. It can be quite dangerous, so do heed those words of advice, guys. I really implore you. I certainly will be, because this is going to be my first venture into using resin parts, so there you go. So thanks for the advice, Paul. Anyway, once that's done, I shall cut it off. Once that's dry, I shall cut all the parts off the blocks, add it to the kit, and before that I will actually, if I can find it, what have I done with it? Oh, it's over here. Is add this Edward etch brass set, which has got the grills and obviously the cradle for the stowage, which goes on the top of the turret. So it's going to be for my first foray into bending etch brass, and I actually did order one initial small one around about November, which as you can see here was just made by Master Tools. And Nikki at Veteranus Kits actually advertised one recently, I think it was last week or the week before, this larger one, which is going to come in handy as well, which is also made by Master Tools. And if you want to check her website out, it's at veteranuskits.com or .co.uk, one of the two. And she also has a Facebook page, so please check it out. Alright. Another thing I also ordered in, just to give this kit some added detail, is the Bronco workable track link set, which you see here. I did actually get in touch with Sebastian Schoof at Dutch Modelling, one of my fellow pricks of plastic. So thank you for your advice, bud. I really appreciate that, and I'll be having a first crack at that. So that's going to be quite interesting, because to be honest with you guys, these vinyl tracks I just cannot stand with some of these kits. They're a nightmare to paint, and they just do not sag properly, and they're too tight to put on. So hence why I've gone for this set. It'll be my first foray into making a workable track link set, so I'll either be pulling my hair out or basically being very patient, but I'm sure it's going to be worth it in the end. So that's that really. And I've also got in to handle with the etch brass the UMP photo etch placers as well, so that's going to be handy for any fiddly little parts, as I did watch Paul's video on how to use etch brass last year, so that was quite handy. So that, guys, is the state of play at the moment. So the next time you'll see her, she'll have a stowage set on, etch brass will all be on there, and in primer again, second coat primer, and I'll let you know how the process went. So until the next time, get kit crazy, happy modelling, and I'll speak to you soon.